we were invited to the games when a lot of other teams actually pulled out. So it was a last minute thing. So we'd actually been training for a competition in South Africa, and then when we were invited to the Olympics, obviously we accepted that with absolute joy. And then we started training a few months before we left. And because we played on grass, we'd never seen AstroTurf. We had to sort of change our whole training program around to, so that we be able to play the game.
So you left in a very funny way in terms of the transport that you're using. Did you use a plane that was full of meat and stuff?
Okay, I don't know too much detail 40 years ago, but I do know we went on a Dakota, which is like, it's an army plane, and where you sit looking at each other. So you get strapped in looking at each other, and there's a whole lot of stuff in the middle. I don't know what was there, but it was I'm sure it was like, to me, some sort of delivery plane, but I don't remember having meat on it. But it could have had.
Now you were in Russia. What happened when you got to Russia?
We were picked up with the bus, and we had very strict security. When we arrived in the village, we were they checked all our luggage very, very thoroughly. Even took out toothpaste and tasted it to make sure, I suppose drugs or whatever they were testing for, but it was very, very strict. And then when we arrived, we were shown to our rooms. We unpacked and everything, and then of course we were very excited and went around the village looking at things. And that's when we bumped into a whole lot of other athletes who absolutely amazed us, because we were just Zimbabweans.
How did you feel when you went into the games?
We hadn't played any international hockey in years, other than playing against South Africa. So for us, it was like really, really exciting to have any kind of national game, and especially when we'd never played with those on turf, and it was a very, very different game. It was actually polygrass, I believe, and for us, it was it was such an experience.
And you managed to beat very big teams. You really beat them, and the rest is history, right? Tell us a bit about
Yes.
you playing against those kind of big teams.
Yeah, well, there was a boycott, so there were a lot of teams that weren't there. But for us, playing against like Russia, who'd been training for years, I believe, and also had played other internationals, that to us was an absolute honor to beat them. And playing against the other sides, I mean, we'd never come against any of that competition. Not while I was playing, anyway.
So playing against some big teams, Czechoslovakia, the Soviet Union, India, Austria, and Poland. So how was it
Yes.
to play against those big countries?
Well, we didn't know how any of them played, because in those days you didn't have internet, and so that you could watch all the teams you're playing. You literally went there blind, and so you didn't know about their speed, about their tactics or anything. So when we went on the field, it was literally we had to just play and pick up how they played very quickly and try to counteract that.
And you did very well against all the teams, and you ended up winning the gold medal. Tell us a bit about the excitement and featuring in those games.
Well, every game we went to, it was for us. It was like a bonus if we won, and so we only really got excited when we saw that there was a chance of actually winning a medal. And then, especially when we beat Russia, then we knew we were in a chance to win a medal. So it depended on our last game. If we won, it was gold. If we drew, it was silver, and if we lost, it was bronze. So, we were over the moon about that.
And what was the driving force, behind you saying, okay, we are going to get a medal here. What was driving you at that time?
Our team had played together for a long time. We were boycotted around, so we weren't allowed to play in any of the big competitions. So the I think we learned a lot from playing against South Africa in there. We used to play in all their interprovincial tournaments, and that was of a very, very high standard. So for us, that's what kept us at a top level. Like after the Olympics, we went to the America Cup, and we were playing your top sides. England, Great Britain, should I say, Germany, Holland, all those, Australia, all those top sides, and and we didn't disgrace ourselves in any way at all. I think we came 5th out of 10.